Welcome to Scene Stealers, a podcast with me, Tobias Turley.
And me, Henry Calvert.
This is a podcast delving into everything stage and screen. That is a good movie.
I completely disagree with that statement. We'll cover the latest news, gossip, and everything in between. Sometimes featuring some very special guests. Kermit the Frog, okay. And sometimes it'll just be us.
We'll play some games, we'll answer your questions, and we'll have a good old time doing it.
You look like Gonzo. How dare you?
That is the stupidest thing you've ever said.
It's always pissing Katy Perry.
Oh, what have I gotten myself into?
See you there.
Hello!
Oh, what have I got myself? It's gonna go, oh, what have I got myself in for?
Hello, and welcome back to Scene Stealers with me, Tobias Turley.
And me, Henry Calvert.
Yes, we are online once again, but fret no more. Next week, we have got some very good episodes for you in a studio. And so this is the last online episode, hopefully for a while. But I think we make it work, Henry. I think we make it work.
We are. I think we're doing this really well. And I think we are more than making up for it with the next couple of episodes. Because they are exciting. And I think we can tease now that we have some guests. That's all we're going to say. But we have guests on the upcoming episodes.
Yeah,
very exciting.
Maybe leave a comment. Have a guess who you think our guest is. But it's very exciting. And I'm so looking forward to speaking with them.
Wait.
Yes. But today's episode will focus on the here and now. We're going to do news. We're going to do... What else are we going to do?
We've got the news from Stage and Screen this week.
Yes.
We're then going to delve into this week's topic, which I think is very kind of something that we could both talk about from both being in industry, and that is celebrity encounters. We both had them, both positive and negative, and I thought that this was a good platform on which to talk about them. So very, very excited for that.
Yes, that'll be fun. I'm excited to hear some of yours because you've been in scenarios much more than I have where you meet celebrities and actors and whatever. So I'm excited to hear some of obviously you interviewed someone massive the other day, and even that's kind of what spurred this episode to come about. So I'm very excited.
But we'll get into that, and then of course we've got a game to end on. But first off, starting off with the news, Mr. Turley, what has been going on in the world of theatre?
There's been some quite good news. Good news. What's good news? There's been a lot of news this week. So the big ones are that Next to Normal in the West End is set to be filmed and released, which, I mean, I've not seen it. I've seen the Broadway version on like a bootleg or something. Have you seen it?
I saw some bits at West End Live. To be honest, I didn't think it was really my thing. I didn't really get into it. I don't know what it's about. I don't know what. So
it's about, it centers around a family, and the mum is very unwell. And it's about almost like the family dynamic, like the son has passed and the daughter feels like unloved and like she can't live up to the expectations of her brother, and
joyous as anything. Bloody hell, fun night out there.
No. It's a very emotional story, but it is beautiful, and the music is so great. Like there are so many incredible songs. I'm Alive, Superboy and the Invisible Girl is a banger. I Can Hear the Mountains, whatever it's called. But the good thing about that is Cassie Levy is in it at the moment, and she was the original Elsa on Broadway.
Right.
And she's just got like a powerhouse of a voice. She is insane. And Jack Wolf, who I've met a couple times. I always seem to bump into him at like big performances. Like I saw him at West End Live. He also performed at the Olivier Awards, did the same song. I think he performed at the What's on Stage Awards as well, where I hosted an award. But he's always singing that song whenever people contact Next to Normal. Like, can we have someone to sing a song? And they'll go on, Jack. Sing I'm Alive. Sing I'm Alive again. Yeah. But really nice dude. So I'm very excited to see that because, like I say, I've not been able to find time to watch it in the West End at the moment. And so that'll make it a lot easier for me. My personal favorite bit of news from this week is that Heathers is to run in New York from 2025. Now, Andy Fickman, Paul Taylor Mills, if you are listening, I am currently free in 2025.
And you know the role.
I know both roles. I know Kurt, I know JD. So listen, if you need some people, maybe you could take me and my flatmates, Keelan and Ivan, to New York, and we'll just do it really well.
There's a thought.
There you go.
I'd be dreamy. And marketing. They get marketing on this, and exactly.
It's a golden idea. Realistically, they're going to go with people from New York. But
we can hope. We can hope,
and we can put it out in the atmosphere, into the what's that called? Manifesting.
I think, to be honest, I think manifesting is a load of bollocks. But,
me too.
We're gonna just say it anyway. So that's coming to New York. Any other West End news? What's happening in the West End, Toby?
They've just announced the cast for the producers at the Meunier Chocolate Factory, which looks fun.
Really? Oh, brilliant! Who's in it? Anyone we know?
I've got a guy who went to drama school with me called Michael Franks.
Very cool. Congratulations, Mr. Franks.
Mr. Franks. Let me check the cast, because unfortunately I can't remember the names, which is very bad of me. Here it is. So they have got Andy Nyman, known for his roles in Fiddler on the Roof and Hello Dolly, and the co-creator of Ghost Stories. Interesting. Mark Antolin as Leo Bloom. Oh my God, how could I forget? Joanna Woodward is going in as is it Ula? Yeah, Ula. And she's lovely. She's from down my neck of the woods. She's from down in Somerset.
Oh, really?
And she's really lovely. I had a really lovely couple of encounters with her. She's really great. And she'll be great as Ula.
Have they announced who's playing Roger Debris yet?
Yes, they have. It's up there. Sorry.
I love that role. I think Roger Debris is so much fun.
One of my earliest memories. Let me find Roger Debris for you first.
It's always hard talking about the producers.
Is that
there's a lot of
Franz Liebkind? No, that's Harry Morrison.
No, I don't think they have.
Maybe they've not.
No, they haven't. Leo Bloom, Max Bialystock, Ula, and Franz, but they haven't announced who's playing Roger Debris. Listen, I might be a 22-year-old lad, but if they need someone to play the 50-year-old kind of the director of the show, I'm here, because I would love to play Hitler.
One of my earliest memories, maybe not earliest, but one of my profoundest memories was going to watch the producers that my dad was in, and he was Roger Debris, and that's
Adolf
keep it gay. And that
must have been such an odd experience as a child.
It left a real imprint on my brain, and I don't think I was the same since.
That is brilliant.
But either way, very, very good show. Like the movie with Nathan Lane, Matthew Broderick, just great.
And I think the stage version had the accolade for the most Tonys won until Hamilton, I think.
I think Hamilton drew with it. Is that right?
I'm not sure. I know Hamilton did something to it. I can't remember if it beat it or if it met it.
Most Tonys. Oh wait, it was produced. Wasn't it like nominations?
Something like that. Anyway, really well acclaimed show, and it hasn't been in the West End for like a big stage, full production since 2004. I think I read.
Wow.
So it'll be very cool to have that back.
That'll be really fun.
In London.
Very quickly, Frankenstein's going on a new tour, which will be blah. There's a new Moulin Rouge cast, which will be cool. I mean, the majority of the cast have stayed. There's 8 new people in a cast of about 60. But Natalie Kasanga is the new Satine. Dom Simpson continues as Christian, and Craig Ryder Takes over as Harold Ziedler, as he was previously the cover. But other than that,
Well, I don't know about that. They have announced the new Mamma Mia cast that is replacing you.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I also saw someone somewhere that another contestant that was on your show is going into Mamma Mia as well.
Yes, so it's official. Me and Stevie will be leaving on October 5th. So like in actually just under a month,
I know.
which is crazy. The time has flown by. I feel very weird to be saying that I'm leaving because it's only been 8 months. But yeah, me and Stevie are off on October 5th. Few of the cast are remaining. Maz is staying as Donna, which people will love. But what you were saying, yes, Maisie Waller, who was on the show with me, absolute gem, lovely, lovely, lovely girl, is going in as second or third cover Sophie.
Yeah.
Which would be great. So like she
brilliant.
did the show. She went onto the show with no training, and then she went to LSMT to do a foundation year, and now has finished that year and gone straight into the West End.
Wow, good.
It's a really great story. I mean,
yeah,
she's so sweet, she's so talented, so she'll do great.
That's amazing.
She'll do really great.
Do we know who's replacing you yet? Do you know who is?
Oh yes, sorry. I feel like I'm gatekeeping this information because I'm salty. It's so replacing me is a guy called Ben Irish, and he previously Jersey Boys. He's in Frozen currently. Again, I don't know too much about him, but I've said hello. I've sent him a message saying, look, super happy for you. I'm glad. Look, don't ruin it. No, I sent him a message saying, look, you're going to do great. I'm sure it's in good hands.
Amazing.
So
that's sweet.
great.
That's really sweet. Oh, that's lovely. Well, anyway, film news.
It's lovely. It's lovely.
It's lovely. It's lovely that. Film news. I wanted to start off by something that was announced only 15 hours ago at time of recording, which is very poignant to Mr. Turley, and that is that Ocean's 14 is happening with Brad Pitt and George Clooney, and could be directed by Edward Berger.
Get Steven Soderbergh back.
So Edward Berger directed All Quiet on the Western Front.
The new one.
Took a while to come out, didn't it? The new one.
Oh, lovely.
But that isn't confirmed yet.
Where are you seeing this?
Clooney. This is on Empire.
Oh my goodness! I didn't know this.
But yeah, that's just literally been announced. Whether it happens, like, I don't know. I'm always a bit tentative with these things. Like, until we get a trailer or like they start filming, then I'm always a little bit kind of concerned about the validity of these kind of things.
With big names like that, like Brad Pitt and George Clooney, if they've kind of announced that they're returning, you'd kind of assume that.
Yeah,
that's a pretty. I'm going to go watch Ocean 13 after this.
Good idea. I still need to watch the actual ones. We got a trailer for a film called The Apprentice, which is starring Sebastian Stan as Donald
Trump. Yeah.
Which looks pretty interesting.
I was really sad.
Trailer.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Go on.
I feel like, I mean, maybe I don't know what Donald Trump sounded like when he was that young, but I wanted the voice.
And he doesn't have the voice.
I walked into this room. I said, it's a pretty big room. I can't do it, but that's the voice.
Maybe he develops that when he hits like 60.
Have you seen that Shane Gillis sketch where he's like, how do you do Donald Trump so well? And he goes, you have to say something and then tell people that you said it. So like, that's why I did it. He was like, I walked into this room and I said, wow, it's a pretty big room.
Oh God, I got you. Yeah. No, I understand that. Yeah.
He's funny. Sorry, keep going.
That is funny. But the other big trailer from this week is the Minecraft movie trailer.
Yes.
Which honestly looks terrible.
Awful.
It looks absolutely terrible.
They've tried to Minecraftify some things and not others.
I don't
like,
get it. I really
no.
don't get it. I don't get what it's trying to be. I don't get like I know I'm not expecting anything serious from the Minecraft movie, but the animation on those mobs looks like
Awful.
the really crappy AI animation, I think.
Like
Um,
the pigmen, awful. The creeper, awful. The sheep, awful.
Horrifying.
It looks like I feel like we're about to get the Sonic treatment again. You know, like the world's going to go
Yeah,
crazy,
yeah.
and then whatever is it Atari? No, it's not Atari. Is it? It's what's the company that owns Minecraft? I don't know. But like
Mojang.
Mojang are gonna go like, oh right, we've ruined this, so
Yeah.
let's
I
do
don't know,
this
like
again.
I just don't get it. It's weird. It's a strange concept. And the thing is, I guarantee it'll be terrible, but I
It
also
will make
guarantee
money.
it'll make millions and millions. Like it will do
Will it
so well
break the billions?
financially.
Do you reckon? I don't
I
think it'll
think it's
break a
got
billion.
potential to. I don't know. It depends if it hits the Asian markets, doesn't it?
Oh
Um,
God,
and I don't know if Minecraft's really a big thing in Asia. Like,
it's the most
I,
downloaded video game of all time. No,
I think so. Yeah, yeah. Then it
it
must be. I guess.
it definitely
It
is.
must be. But I don't think it has the same marketability as something like Pokemon has in Asia.
No,
Um.
or like the Super Mario
So
Bros. Movie. Like,
other like Nintendo is huge in
mm,
Asia. So I don't know if Minecraft really falls into that. Anyway, I guess we'll see. Of course it'll do well in the Western markets, but
yeah,
um. Anyway, and then also a little bit of news which I really liked was that Ian McKellen has been asked to return as Gandalf for the Hunt
yes, Hunt
for
for
Gollum
Gollum.
movie. And I think he said something like, "As long as I'm alive, like I'll do."
I'll be the.
He said
It was like,
something like
I'll
that.
be the only person to play Gandalf while I'm alive, or something like that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, yeah. As long as
Yeah.
I can still don the pointy hat and wear the beard, I will always be Gandalf. Or it was something like that.
I don't think I would ever want to see Gandalf not as Ian McKellen in live
Oh,
action.
don't watch Rings of Power then. Like Rings of Power. We've got
I've
it.
not watched. I was going to start watching it the other day actually, but I got distracted. But like I don't
Don't.
know, isn't not good.
I don't know. Like,
You're
look,
endorsed by them. You're endorsed by them. This is
I'm not endorsed by it. They haven't paid me. I'm not contractually obligated to say anything. But I've been fortunate enough to do a lot of work around the Rings of Power, and I think people in our position as like an influencer who gets to go to these events, who gets to be involved in these really cool things around releases, kind of they have to separate doing that and the quality of the actual product. So
yeah.
like if the show is actually bad, I will not comment on the quality of the show. I will comment on the quality of the event. Um
You're giving all your secrets away now.
I don't know if fuck who cares. But I think the thing is with Rings of Power, I adore Lord of the Rings so
Mm.
much. Like I love that series. I've been wearing a One Ring every day for my life since I was like 9 years.
That's cute.
Um, I am obsessed with this series. I love these characters. I love Tolkien's work. So like being involved in things to do with the Rings of Power is so cool to me because I get to work with Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings. Like it's amazing. Um, and also I will say all of my Rings of Power coverage from this year, I did without even seeing season two. Because season two hadn't come out. So we hadn't seen it.
Oh, sorry.
So
I thought like I just didn't watch it. Just
oh no, 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 no.
Didn't bother.
I have no, I have watched it now and I'm like, it's better than season one. It is better than season one,
Okay.
but there's still a lot of stuff in that show that I'm really struggling with, like really struggling with. But anyway, that was a bit of a tangent. That's a bit of a tangent. Yeah, if you ever see me online commenting purely on how much fun an event was as opposed to how great the film was, just that you know what my opinion was on said project. Like
That's so funny.
I won't lie to my audience. I will never lie to my audience.
And I love that from you.
Yeah, because a lot of people do. A lot of people will kiss a lot of ass just to get invited to the event, even when the film is like actually terrible.
Is there any more big news, or was that kind of it?
Not especially. Beetlejuice has come out and has received
Yeah,
pretty like average. Like
official
it's
UK
fine.
release is today, the day of recording, the 6th of September. So it's out. You can go to cinemas and watch it now.
But I think
It's good.
it's been received fine. It's got a 3.5 average on Letterboxd, but all of my mutuals in the film space have given it 3. Like I think a
Mhm.
lot of people think it's fine.
Yeah.
Um,
I
I
well, I
s-
I watched the original Beetlejuice for the first time this week
oh
in
yeah,
preparation for it coming out, and what a weird movie.
Tim Burton, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wrote I gave it 2.5 stars, and my review was weird, wacky, odd. I can see why it's a cult classic, but it's definitely not a favorite of mine. Um,
Yeah, well, that's fair enough. I've
like
never seen the original, so I don't
it's
know.
it's the effects and the CGI have not held up at all.
Oh, really?
It looks really bad, I
Hmm.
think. Like there are some moments where Alec Baldwin and I'm going to forget the name of the actress who plays his wife, but they go out the house, they get transported into like a desert, and like the green screen around them, you can see like the fuzz around their body, and it doesn't look good.
Have you ever watched slash listened to Beetlejuice the musical?
Yes, yeah, I've
What do you
listened
think
to
of
it.
that?
The music's fine. I mean, Dead Mum is the most oversung female song of all
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
If I hear one more fresh grad sing Dead Mum, I'm going to be a dead boy.
yeah. That's actually a good little tangent. What are your most like frustrating audition, overplayed audition songs? What?
This is a whole segment itself, I guess.
Oh, is this a whole segment? See,
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
say like from my very limited experience of musical theatre auditioning and like just being amongst the space, I
Yeah.
really don't like on my own. I hate
Well,
like
okay, let's make this is a whole new segment we're adding
this
to
is a new
today's
say
episode. This
okay.
is a segment. Right. So there's a certain rule when it comes to audition songs. There's an unspoken rule that you generally, if they ask you to bring your own song, you don't sing something that's in the West End right now. It's
Oh,
kind of
really?
it's
Okay.
it's very loosely unspoken. But I think that
Okay.
mainly applies to there are certain songs you do not touch. I'm going
Hmm.
to set myself back here because I can feel this being clipped for a TikTok.
This is a short.
There are certain musicals you do not touch for audition songs. Les Mis, Wicked, Rent. Like, do not go in the room and sing Empty Chairs at Empty Tables. Do not go in the room and sing Defying Gravity. Do not go in the room and sing like Take Me or Leave Me. One, because they're overdone. Two, because there are versions so famous and so much better than what you're going to do. And it's horrible to think, but like, if I was a girl, I'm not singing Defying Gravity better than Idina Menzel on that cast album. And that's the version everyone has in their head. So don't even put yourself in the line of comparison, you know? And also define stuff like Defying Gravity and like Let It Go or like with mammoth songs like that, don't sing them unless you absolutely nail it. Because those are songs that can so quickly go from oh to oh, you know?
Yeah.
That's like an unspoken rule. But then overdone songs is stuff like for boys, like If I Loved You, Carousel, um, Goodbye, anything from Catch Me If You Can, just leave them alone.
Oh, I love 50 Checks. I really like that song. It's a nice baritone song.
That's fine. Okay, maybe that's fine. But the tenor ones, Live in Living Color, Someone Else's Skin, Goodbye, take them out of your rep now. Santa Fe, don't even bother. Don't bother. God. Let me check my Spotify. I believe. Don't bother. Don't believe.
Don't believe. See, yeah, I
Lost in the wilderness. Get out of here.
What's that from?
Children of Eden. Beautiful song.
Oh, right. Okay.
Beautiful song.
Yeah.
Sing it at a concert. Beautiful. Everyone sings it for auditions, babe. Don't sing it.
Michael in the Bathroom.
I don't know if that's as overdone.
I went to a Dear Evan Hansen open call when I was like 18, and everyone was singing Michael in the pissing bathroom.
I think Dear Evan Hansen songs could be quite overdone. Corner of the Sky from Pippin. When I first went to singing lessons, my singing teacher gave me a songbook which had the sheet music in, and and she was like, choose one of the songs, and in that book it might as well have been called Overdone Audition Songs, because it was stuff like One Sung Glory, I Want to Be a Producer, Her Voice, Little Mermaid, Corner of the Sky. Every song in that book I would avoid. So if someone's able to find the book I'm on about, but there's just, I think you have to be quite smart with it. I personally, I used to have like 10 songs to choose from, but now I don't do that. I've probably got 4 or 5 which work for every audition I ever go to, you know, unless they specifically tell you to bring a certain song, or they tell you to bring a song from the show, which sometimes happens. It's quite rare. I have 4 or 5 which work for everything, and I'm not going to disclose them because people are going to start singing my songs and they're going to become overdone.
Say your ones,
yeah. Well, people famously know that. Famously, do I think I am? People know that. That "Falling" by Harry Styles is my go-to pop song.
Okay,
like that's the song.
That Falling. I don't know that one.
You're gonna catch me singing it now. It's the falling again, I'm falling.
Oh right, I don't know. In my head.
Oh, it's beautiful, mate. It's just if you want a good old cry.
I cry enough as it is. I don't need to cry.
Me too. God, we're strong kings.
Listen from Dreamgirls. Oh,
God. But yeah, I sung "Falling" in my Strictly tour audition. I sung it for my Mamma Mia audition. I sung it for my Panto audition, which is my very first ever job. I've sung it for most of the jobs I've booked somehow. So it's just one of those songs.
Don't go nicking it, anyone listening. It's famously his, okay?
It's not famously mine. I didn't mean to say that. But there you go. There's Just Ignore, Wicked, and Les Mis songs. Les Mis. Phantom, don't do those.
This is Inside Scoop. See, this is what Scene Stealers is all about. Inside Scoop on musical theatre. You get hints and tips from people in the industry.
There's actually, I've kind of focused on male stuff there, but female ones, when I was in my second year at GSA, I helped audition the new first years. So the people that were going to be first year when I was in my third year. And I think, actually, Lottie might have been in those auditions, actually. Going back to Lottie, sorry.
Yeah, I was just thinking,
But I sat there in I helped with the dance rounds, fine. And then we sat down, and at GSA, in the singing auditions, you sing in front of everyone, which is hard.
Well, everyone? Yeah. Everyone that's auditioning?
Yeah, and so generally there's probably about 30 people in your round, so everyone sits in a circle, and then you stand up and you sing in front of everyone. And about I'm gonna find the name of the song. What's it from? That's what it's from. So we were sitting there, And after about 9 or so people, this one girl gets up and goes, "I'm going to sing One Perfect Moment from Bring It On." And we're like, "Oh, great, great." Sit there. Well done. Next girl gets up. "I'm also going to be singing One Perfect Moment from Bring It On." And we're like, "Oh, don't worry. Happens all the time. Fine." Well done. Yeah, good. Next girl. One Perfect Moment from Bring It On.
Oh God.
Four girls got up in a row and sang One
Four.
Perfect Moment, one after the other. And I at the first one, I was like this. Oh, second one, I was like this. By the fourth one, I was like this.
Jesus Christ. That poor fourth girl. Oh
Oh
my
my!
God. Could you imagine?
I couldn't. Oh my God! It was painful because it was so
Sure,
awkward.
I'd ask to go a bit later on. I'd be like, just do a few people and then I'll go. Like,
I've got a funny story
come on.
about first day of GSA. First day of my first year, we get in there and you have to do what's called streaming, which means you sing in front of your whole year again and some teachers, and they decide what singing teacher to give you. Bear in mind, we'd had Freshers Week. I think this was during Freshers Week actually, and my voice gone.
Yeah, dead.
Not. I was meant to sing her voice from Little Mermaid, which is quite high and floaty. Did not have that capacity on that Monday morning.
Yeah.
And so I turned to my friend and I was like, "What are you singing, mate?" And he was like, "Empty Chairs, Empty Tables." 2 songs I've just told you never to sing. Don't ever do it. And I went, "Oh, I think I know that, and I might be able to sing it. Can I borrow your sheet music when they call me to go up?" And he was like, "Yeah, of course." And so we all sit down, people start singing, and they go, "Next up, Tobias Turley." And so I stand up, I take my sheet music from my friend, I take the sheet music from him, I walk up, I give him, I stand there, I haven't got a clue. I haven't got a clue about the words. So I kind of know it. And then I'm stumbling over the words and I keep going and I get to the end and I was like, that was really embarrassing. But it was less embarrassing than me singing her voice awfully. And I get to the piano to get my sheet music back and the pianist goes, "Nice lyrics." And I was like, "Oh God, thanks." And then as I'm walking back to my chair, which is next to my friend, they go, "Next up," I won't say it, it was Joe Munn, who was the guy I borrowed the sheet music from. And so he stands up, I pass him the sheet music in front of everyone. And then he walks up to the piano and he goes, "Empty chairs, empty tables." Oh God, brilliant. Not a great way to start my first day at GSA.
But it ended up all right. You turned out okay.
I turned out fine.
Classic. Anyway, let's get back to what you said this episode was going to be about.
I know, sorry.
That was a nice little detour, though. I did like that. What this episode was going to be about was about our memorable celebrity encounters, because we've had quite a few. Had quite a few, and this was all spurned by, not to blow my own trumpet, but I met Ian McKellen last week.
You didn't just meet him, you interviewed him.
I asked him one question.
That counts. That counts.
No, I did the press line at the red carpet for the film The Critic.
Very cool.
Which is coming out next
Soon?
week or so, I think.
Yeah.
Starring Ian McKellen and that lady who was in Quantum of Solace. What's her name?
Oh yeah,
Strong.
the lady who cries in the shower.
Gemma Arterton. So spoke to Gemma Arterton. Didn't get a chance to speak to Mark Strong, unfortunately.
I love Mark Strong.
Same. I was kind of annoyed when he just walked past us. That was annoying. But he was there, and then Ian McKellen arrived very late, and then got stuck at the other end of the press line. So when he got to me, they were like, "Okay, you've only got one question with him." And then he got to me.
Make it a good one.
Question. I'd been told what to say because I was doing it for another outlet.
Right.
Um, and because it was for the critic, the question that we were asking everyone was, has there ever been a review or a piece of criticism that you've received throughout your career that stuck with you? What was it, and how has that impacted the way that you kind of work?
Very
Um,
good question, because I saw this clip before I even knew it was you.
well, there you go. Thank you. That's good. So I asked him that, and the first thing he said was, "Well, I'll answer this one, and then I'm going home." And there was like Virgin Radio and the Daily Mail after me, who looked like they wanted to kill me because he was answering mine but not theirs. Anyway, so I asked him the question, then he gave a really wonderful response, and I just couldn't help but stare at him as he was answering. I was like, oh my god! Oh my god!
The hand was shaking at the bottom of the video.
Yeah, you can see it in the Gemma Arterton one. I have the shakiest hands when I don't have enough sugar. Like, I really need to carry a Twix with me wherever I go. Because in the Gemma Arterton one, it's like I ask the question, and then you just see the mic going like, I wasn't nervous. I didn't even know who she was. But like, just anyway. But yeah, Ian McKellen will go down as one of the coolest people I've ever met. And I'm also now overjoyed because it adds to the Fellowship of the Ring cast members that I've met.
You're stacking them up.
I'm getting there. And also I've met both of the old ones. So fingers crossed, like I don't want to sound like
Wait, have you met Christopher Lloyd?
No, I've met John Rhys Davies.
Oh, got you. But you can't meet Christopher Lloyd anymore, can you?
Yeah, I know. So I've met Ian McKellen, Gandalf. I've met John Rhys Davies, Gimli. I met him at the Rings of Power season 1 premiere after party.
Very cool.
I've met Sean Astin at San Diego Comic Con, and I met Andy Serkis at the Avatar after party.
Well, this is one of my celebrity encounters.
Oh, go on.
Met is a very strong word, but I have also encountered Andy Serkis.
He's so nice. He's so cool.
At the Olivier's after party.
That's cool.
We're in the Natural History Museum. It is incredible.
I met him in the Natural History Museum. That's
No
where the Avatar after party was
way!
too. Maybe he just hangs out there.
He just
That's
lives
just
there.
like where you want to meet Andy Serkis.
But I was walking through with my agent and my PR team, and these two girls stopped me and they go, "Oh my God, we loved you on the TV show. Congratulations." And I was like, "Oh, thank you so much." So I started speaking to them, and then my agent and PR walk off to go find some drinks or something. And so I'm talking to these two ladies, I'm like, I've got time. Started speaking about the show and whatever, and then we're talking, and then I'm a bit fidgety, like I never really stand still, and so I'm like swaying. I'm not swaying, like I was just a bit fidgety,
rocking back and forth like you're insane in a straight jacket.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. But I knocked someone behind me and spilled their drink, and I turned around. I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." And I look down. I look at him, and it's Andy Serkis. And he goes, "Oh, it's no worries. And then he walks off. And I turn back to the girls like this. I was like, "That's Andy Serkis." And they were like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Ladies, I'm so sorry. I need to go speak to him." And they're like, "No, it's fine. I'm like, lovely to meet you." And I go walk off and I follow him. And then he walks into the toilet. And I'm like, I'm not following Andy Serkis into the toilet. Not happening.
I hate it when, I don't know if you've ever had it, where I have been recognized multiple times when I'm having a piss in the loo. And it's always Harrogate Weatherspoons. Always bloody Harrogate bloody Weatherspoons, because the toilets are so expansive. And I'll be there weeing, and I'll hear, "Oh, is that TikTok lad? Oh, you're the TikTok guy." And I'm like, I'm literally weeing. Like, what do you want me to do? Someone has a selfie with me by the hand dryers in the Harrogate Weatherspoons.
I thought you were going to say at the urinal.
Oh God, no. I mean, there's been a few times where I've been like, "Can you give me just 2 minutes? Like, please."
Oh God. So I was like, I'm not following Andy Serkis in. And then I didn't see him the rest of the evening. I could not find him.
It's devastating.
Weirdly enough, I've got another celebrity toilet story.
Oh God, go on.
I was watching The Prince of Egypt by myself in the West End. God, like what, 3 years ago now, 4 years ago, whenever
Yeah.
it was. I sit down, the row in front of me, about 20, 15 seats to my right. I'm like, that's Stephen Schwartz.
That's cool.
That's
That's
Stephen
really
Schwartz.
cool.
Because he wrote The Prince of Egypt, the music for The Prince
Yeah.
of Egypt. So at the very end of the show, I'm like, oh, I want to go say hello. Just, I found the courage from somewhere. I walk up, I follow him. I don't know why I walk like this. But then he walks into the toilet again, and I'm like,
Oh
God, I'm definitely not following him into the toilet.
yeah. Can't catch a break.
God, all these celebs just pee all the time.
Well, it's like when you go to, like, I've been to a lot of premiere event things where you'll go into the loo and there'll be like reality star number 16,
Yeah.
like Towie Man is in there. And
Uh,
I say reality star number 16. We've both done reality TV. Do we count as one of them people? I don't know.
yeah, why not? Why not?
Sure.
What's
God.
your favorite Ian McKellen movie? Because I was thinking about this
Uh,
yesterday.
Return of the King.
Okay, maybe like apart from Lord of the Rings, because they're the obvious answers.
Um, let me get him up on Letterboxd.
Because mine
Yeah,
is, I mean, obviously you got the X-Men ones, but again, I'm kind of ignoring those because him as Magneto is just incredible. I think it's Flushed Away.
I do like Flushed
I
Away.
love Flushed
I love
Away.
Flushed Away.
And
If
Andy
we're-
Serkis
yeah.
is also in Flushed Away as well.
If we're ignoring all the Lord of the Rings films, all of the X-Men movies, I'd probably say it is
Or Stardust.
Flushed Away.
Stardust is quite good.
Yeah.
Flushed Away. I think Andy Serkis is also in Flushed Away as well.
He is. He plays a character called Spike.
Oh yes, he plays Bingo, Scrabble.
Oh yeah.
I think that's one of the movies I could quote the most from.
Oh, I couldn't. I think the movies I can quote the most from are Eddie Murphy movies.
Half time. He's waiting for half time. You think I've never seen a toilet before?
Oh, I haven't seen Flushed Away.
It's a new jacuzzi deluxe. Bon voyage, my old cream cracker.
What a niche film to be able to quote so much from.
Balloons. Balloons. I didn't do anything. I'm just an innocent bystander. Well, Millicent bystander.
Oh, that's quite a good line, Matt.
To the Ratmobile.
Yeah. No, that is quite good. I would say that that's probably my favorite non-franchise Ian McKellen movie.
Yeah.
Have you had any other big? What about West End people? Famous West End people? You famously
so I've
worked
met
with Maz Murray and
Maz
all the
Murray.
other folks.
And she's, I mean, I've said this before, but Maz Murray is, I think, one of my favorite people on earth. She's just so special to me. She's really amazing. Hannah Waddingham, I've met a couple times.
Yes. Yeah.
I met her at the Olivier's, again at the Olivier's. And then she came to see, she's seen Mamma Mia twice.
Amazing.
Since I've been in it. I got to meet her. Obviously, she's in Ted Lasso and the Garfield movie. And she's so sweet and beautiful. Yeah. She's really nice. One of the most wholesome interactions I've had was with a man called Fra Fee, who very big in the musical theatre world. He's in the Les Mis movie.
Right.
He's done a lot in musical theatre, but he is very much in the TV and film side of things now. So like he's in the Less We Speak, the Better, Rebel Moon Part 1 and 2.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
He's one of the bad guys in the Hawkeye series.
Okay.
Like I say,
I know who you mean.
Curly hair. He's in the 2021 Cinderella with Camila Cabello. Bad movie again. But I've looked up to Fra Fee for quite a long time. I did, especially during drama school, because I did a concert with him at Cadogan Hall called The Clockmaker's Daughter, which is don't get it wrong. Yeah, it's an Irish tale. And Fra Fee plays the lead and the cast recording, and he also played and sang the lead in the concert I did. And he's brilliant. His acting is phenomenal, and his singing is beautiful. And I've always thought like his career is something I love. Like he's done it amazingly in theatre, and then he's made his way into film and TV as well. And so I've always looked up to that. And then when I won the TV show, I looked into my message request and he'd messaged me, and I lost my head a little bit because I've loved this dude. And he said, Tobias, congrats to you, buddy. Love the show, and you're a feckin' outrageous talent. Amazing, excited for you. Enjoy rehearsals. I lost my mind because
That's very cool.
that is someone I'd looked up to for ages,
Yeah.
and I had no idea that he knew who I was. It took me back a lot.
Yeah.
And so we had a little tiny conversation, which meant a lot. And then I finally got to meet him at the Olivier's. God, I meet all the people at the Olivier's.
Yeah, everyone's at the Olivier's.
Everyone's at the Olivier's. Also, I'd had a couple wines at the Olivier's, so I was a bit more like, I'm going to say hello to everyone.
Yeah.
But then I went up to him and I was like, hey man, I just want to say hello, I'm Tobias. And he was like, I was going to do his accent then, but I probably can't do it very well.
No.
And he was like, I can't do it. You're like, such a big fan of yours. That was really bad. And I was like, you a fan of me? Nuts.
Yeah.
Absolutely nuts. And that was one of the moments where I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
What is happening? And so he was a really cool guy to meet. That was a really special one for me.
Yeah. Oh, that's very sweet. That's very cool. I think the wholesome ones for me were when I was like starting out and other influencers that I'd followed for ages started recognizing me, like George Memulus. Followed
Really?
him for ages, and then George commented on a couple of my videos, and I was like, I think I've still got the screenshots on my phone because I was like, that's so cool. And then when I moved to London, he said, "Oh, let's go for a drink." So I went for a drink with George, and he was so welcoming, really, really lovely
That's
guy.
cool.
George was really nice. That was one that I was like, that's weird. Like, George, Becky again. Like, I watched Becky for a while, and then me and Becky are now good friends.
Cool.
That's strange. But even people in like the Lego space or like the nerd space.
Well, I felt this the other day when I saw you the other day and I got to meet some of your friends from like I don't know how you'd call it. Did you call it the nerd space?
We call it the geekdom.
Geekdom. So a lot of the cosplayers, and I've, since working with you and I've followed them all and I've really looked up to them, and I got to meet some of them and I felt that was really cool for me. Like that's just a world I didn't know, and I love the stuff they do. And so that was really cool. Like meeting Bella and Alice and Sam, and that was really great. I had a really lovely time, and they're really great.
We're fortunate we've got such a good group in that regard, because unfortunately that's not always the case with online people and kind of celebrities. I've had some terrible interactions with people, mostly peers in the influencer space, honestly. I struggle with them sometimes because a lot of people in this space are purely in it for the vanity, for the image, for the kind of the photo on the red carpet without actually kind of caring about what we're there for and kind of and it really gets on my nerves. There was a few there was one time. There's also what you've got to bear in mind at these events is that we're all in the same room, regardless of who you think you are or what your follow account. We're all in the exact same room, and everybody should be treated in the exact same way. And some people forget that, I think. So I've had some rough interactions with people in industry, but a majority of the celebrities that I've met were fine. I did one junket one time for the Lightyear movie. Terrible movie. This was my first junket.
I wouldn't say terrible. It was fine.
I hate that movie for this one reason. It was my first ever junket. I can't really believe that they asked me to do it at the time because I didn't have that much of a following. And it was with the director and the producer. And I went into the junket, and one of my questions was if if you had to make a Lightyear-esque film about another toy in the Toy Story world, who would it be, and what genre would the film be? Like, would you put Slinky in a Western? Would you, what
Yeah.
character would you want to see given that same treatment?
Oh, that's fun.
And the director looks at me, and first of all, when I entered the room, he went, what outlet is this for? Not even looking at me. And I went, oh, no outlet, mate. I just do TikTok. Like, it'll be on there. And he looks at me and he goes, right, okay. And then I ask that question and he goes, well, none of the other toys would work. Like, have you seen the film? Like, it's a film in Andy's universe, so it wouldn't work. And I felt like saying, just play the fucking game. Just play the game. Like, I'm not being funny here. Just play the game, you miserable bastard. Um,
What did you say in response to that?
I just went, I think I just went, all right, okay. And then I asked the next one and moved on. I was like, just humor me, all right? You're getting paid to be here, right? You're getting paid to promote this film. This is just a fun little bit of online thing. It takes a minute out of your day.
Who
Like,
would I? That's such a shitty answer.
well, it's just like, I don't know. Just say that you want a family rom-com about Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head, or like Jurassic Park starring Rex.
Rex,
Like, it's not
yeah.
exactly a difficult thing to think about, is it?
Who's the?
Um,
Oh yeah,
or like a gangster movie starring Ham.
Oh, he
You
looks
know,
like a knob as well.
yeah, it wasn't a nice guy. Anyway, that was
He's
some.
upset because he's only done two Toy Story shorts and a Wally short, and they've all been shit. And like, yeah,
Anyway, sorry, Angus MacLean or whatever your name is. Is that his name?
Angus McLean, yeah, McLean,
Whatever.
asshole.
Misery. So anyway, that was a bit rough, but most of the other junkets that I've done have been really good, and I've been able to meet some cool people through the
Good.
junkets.
I briefly, well, no, I tell a lie, I didn't briefly meet. I have seen Andrew Garfield, and
That's cool.
one of the jobs I had between shows, like I used to work for a company called Last Supper, which is like an events company. So like we'd get hired by big events like Omega or wherever, and we'd go and do like I'd be on the bar and we'd do drinks and whatever. And one of the times we got taken to the Serpentine Summer Gallery, and it was just full of celebs. Like we got briefed beforehand, right? And they were like, yeah, it's gonna be lots of celebrities here, so everyone keep your head. And the first celebrity I see walk in is Serena Williams. I'm like, bloody hell. And then one of the dragons from Dragon's Den was there, and like H the rapper was there, and I was like, oh, sweet. Amelia de Moldenberg was there as well. Very cool. And then I'm walking around with some drinks because I just come off the bar and we'd made too many, so I was like taking some around. And I do like a 180, and there was Andrew Garfield stood there in a real nice suit. And I was like, Spider-Man. That's Spider-Man. And then I really wanted to go over and speak to him. So I took the drinks over, and I went, because I had a load of rosé wines. I went, rosé? And then nothing else came out of my mouth. And so he took a drink and I just walked off. I was like, I couldn't bring myself to speak to this dude.
Well, you could say that you've said a word to him. You've technically spoken.
I wanted to go, dude, I love you. I'm an actor. Let's do something, bro.
let's be friends. Come on, let's do this.
Like, me and Andrew Garfield would be great friends. And then he could introduce me to Emma Stone, and she'd divorce her husband and marry me.
I know. That's exactly how that would go as well.
I know.
I to be fair, I interviewed Rachel Zegler and Lucy Liu for the
We know Shazam. We know.
Yeah, interviewed them, and they said I had a nice smile and nice eyes. So technically, they're both in love with me. What can I say?
That's how that works.
That's exactly how it works. I walked in
brilliant.
I walked in and I was like, "Hi, I'm Henry Calvert," and they went, "Henry Cavill." I was like, "No, he's just a bit bigger than me."
Do I look like
Um,
Henry Cavill? Bang!
yeah, yeah. Do I look like I could be Superman? Are you taking the piss?
Oh
Yeah,
god.
no, the yeah, it's very cool being in our positions to meet such cool people that we've looked up to for
Yeah.
however long. It's very, very
Yeah,
surreal.
I still find it very weird. I still find it very weird.
Yeah, I'm hoping that with the podcast we'll be able to get some junkets in that will feature on the podcast. Fingers crossed
Oh,
we can get some of them lined up soon.
I hope so.
Because having guests on like Scene Stealers with Elizabeth Olsen,
Oh
that would
my
be,
god.
or Scene Stealers with, I don't know, Gareth
Yeah,
Edwards, the director of the new Jurassic Park movie, or,
that'd be
something
really
like that.
cool.
Like,
That'd be really cool.
I think that would be the dream, as long as they play the game and
Yeah.
aren't miserable like Angus
Angus
McLean.
McLean.
Um,
But I think, we've talked a lot this episode, and I have a fun game for you.
oh gosh, go on.
To tie in with celebrities.
Okay.
So, have these actors been in a movie together?
Oh,
Are
classic.
you ready?
Classic.
Okay, so number one, Owen Wilson and Joaquin Phoenix.
I'm gonna go with no.
Incorrect. It's yes.
What
They
were
were
they
in Inherent Vice together.
Never even heard of it. Never even heard
You
of
not
it.
heard of Inherent Vice?
No.
Okay. Joaquin Phoenix and Chris Pratt.
No.
Yes.
They have. What?
Yes.
What?
Her.
I haven't seen her.
You've not seen her?
And I'm supposed to be the film guy here. I don't know. You've seen more than me.
I might do those again because I was quite close to the camera.
Oh, right. Okay.
I'll just say
do
them.
again.
I'll just say them again. Owen, have these actors been in a movie together? Owen Wilson and Joaquin Phoenix.
No.
Yes. Inherent Vice.
Never even heard of Inherent Vice.
I'm not. I don't have to edit these anymore. Neither do you.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Hi, James. Joaquin Phoenix and Chris Pratt.
Yeah. Yeah, they were in Her.
You fucking bitch. Correct. They were in Her. James, use his original answer. Don't let him get away with that. Okay. Chris Pratt and Winona Ryder.
No.
Correct.
No.
Winona Ryder and Jared Leto.
Ooh. I could see them being in a film together. Like, they both got that kind of alternative vibe.
Yeah.
But the only films that I know Winona Ryder's been in is Beetlejuice and Alien Resurrection. I think those are the only two that I've seen her in.
Really?
Or know that she's in.
I've not
Stranger
seen many.
Things.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with no.
Wrong. It's yes. They were in
Oh,
Girl
really?
Interrupted together with Angelina Jolie. Have you seen that?
Oh, right. No.
Very good. I'd recommend that as a watch.
Yeah.
Jared Leto and Adam Driver.
House of Gucci.
Correct. House of Gucci.
Yes. Yeah. I like me some Adam Driver.
Adam Driver and Meryl Streep.
Oh. I'm going to go with no.
Correct. No.
Yes. Yeah.
Meryl Streep and Viggo Mortensen.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
No.
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 Oh, God.
Viggo Mortensen and Al Pacino.
Al Pacino and Viggo Mortensen.
Mhm.
I don't think Al Pacino was in Lord of the Rings or Green Book. And I think they're the only films I've seen Viggo Mortensen in. I'm gonna go with the last one was no. I'm gonna go with yes.
Correct.
Oh, were they? What were they
Way. Carlito's Way.
Oh, of course, Carlito's Way.
Al Pacino and Adam Sandler. Tough one, this.
Yes. Yeah, there'll be some joke about Al Pacino will make a cameo, like a funny cameo in an Adam Sandler movie.
Correct. In one of the worst movies ever, Jack and Jill.
Oh, really? Right.
Adam Sandler and Kate Winslet.
Yeah.
Incorrect. They have not.
Oh, I could
And
see her being an Adam Sandler love interest,
yeah, that's
though.
why I kind of
Like
put it in there.
they're around a similar age, and I could see them. Yeah.
You've got like the Drew Barrymores and the Kate Winslets and the
Yeah.
Jennifer Anistons. They're all in the kind of thing.
Yeah.
Finally, Kate Winslet and Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Yes, Finding Neverland when they were both quite
Finding
young.
Neverland.
So you did very well. I think you did about 50.
I did mediocrely. Let us know how you did in the comments. That was very energetic. Let us know how you
Let us know how you did in the comments.
You did in the comment. Come on, let us know. Let us know.
Oh,
Damn.
that was fun. I really enjoyed
was a good
researching
game.
that. I was like, oh, this is fun.
That's a good little game. That I like that
Yeah.
one. That'll be good short form. I think also I want to say thank you to everybody who's watched our Muppet video on short form because that's done really fucking well.
It's because it's a good idea, mate. In the comments, it's just people loving the idea.
Well, regardless, it's like got nearly what's it on, like 80K on Instagram, and I don't know how much on TikTok. It was doing well on TikTok.
Yeah,
like,
it was doing well.
Anyway, over 100,000 people have seen that video. So Scene
Gerson.
Stealers, we're getting out there. We're going. Come on. So yeah, thanks for all of your support on everything.
Yeah, again, we can't thank you all enough. It's just like the best thing ever. But I
really
think
good.
that kind of concludes this episode, doesn't it?
It does. It does. And we, once again, will say that this is the final online episode. We are back in the studio next week with a very, very exciting guest. And then the week after that, we have some very exciting guests, multiple. So have a think at what's coming out, what's coming up.
Let us know who you think it will be. Yeah.
Yeah. Both stage and screen. So let us know. And yeah, we'll see you all next week.
Oh,
in
quickly,
studio with a guest.
hang on. Oh, we're not. Just remember, you can find the podcast on. Come on, we've got them at Scene Stealers Podcast on Instagram and on TikTok. It is Scene Stealers Podcast as well. And
I've been Henry at henry.calverts and henry_calvert, and Toby's been
Tobias_Turley and something like that on TikTok.
Yeah, we're about.
We need to get better at this end part, don't we?
We do. We should get a script together for this bit.
We'll work on it. We'll work on it.
It'll be fine. But yeah, like I say, we'll see you in the studio next week.
See you there.
See you later.
Bye.